Welcome to the Raiders Rewind with Raider Chaos, the post-game show, where we will be discussing key plays, players, and penalties. So let's get into it. First, let's just do the box score. Raiders lost in LA to the Chargers, 22-10. Let's see. Let's just go through it. Gardner Minshew, 25 of 33 with 257 yards and a touchdown, an interception, which we will be discussing, and a fumble, and all kinds of other stuff that happened. Rushing, Zamir White, 13 carries for 34 yards, averaging 3.3 yards. Alexander Madison, who we picked up in the offseason, 5 carries for 19 yards. What else do we got? Gardner Minshew had a couple carries as well. 3 carries for 5 yards. Jacoby Myers, 1 carry for 3 yards. Receiving, we have Jacoby Myers, 3 targets with 3 receptions for 61 yards. Devontae Adams, 5 receptions out of 6 targets for 59 yards. Brock Bowers came out pretty good today. He was 8 for 6 receptions on 58 yards. Alexander Madison had 4 catches out of 6 targets, 1 for a touchdown, 43 yards. Trey Tucker, 3 targets for 2 catches for 22 yards, which is not good enough. DJ Turner, 1 catch for 9 yards. Michael Mayer, 3 targets for 2 catches for 3 yards. Pathetic. Zamir White, 2 catches, 2 off of 2 targets for 2 yards. Pathetic. Gosh, man. So let's talk about key players. Obviously, we knew going into this game that our eyes were going to be on Gardner Minshew. Did not have a good day. He got sacked 4 times. He threw for 1 touchdown, 257 yards. Zamir White was he didn't even start getting going until like the 3rd quarter. 13 rushes for 44 yards. Not good enough. Not going to get it done. It was just bad, man. Not a good day. Not a good day for us. On the lighter side, I will say that Brock Bowers had a pretty good day. Didn't have any touchdowns, but he did have 6 catches for 58 yards. He had a couple long plays. He had 1 catch for 26 yards, which was pretty good. Key plays. The only touchdown of the day was a receiving touchdown in the 1st quarter from Alexander Madison. Had a receiving touchdown. That one, I want to see how long that catch was. How long was that catch? 31-yard catch from Gardner Minshew. I mean, Gardner, man, we couldn't really get anything going in the beginning of the game. I mean, we really didn't get anything going like all day, but really like our defense was holding us, and we were kind of like, it was kind of like one of those, man, bend or break things where like I was just waiting to see which offense would open up first. But really, it came down to the trenches too. Like, um, our line was getting tore up today. Minshew got sacked 4 times. He had a fumble. He threw a late pick. Um, the other key player, Zamir White, started off bad. Like he had like 3 or 4 plays for like 0 yards, negative. Dude, he did not look good. And then what was crazy was when he finally started to get going, he didn't start to get going until like the late in the third. Took off for 16 yards, and then bam, we got hit with the penalty. Where was it at? Penalty on Michael Myers, which pretty much erased a 16-yard run by him. I think that pretty much killed the momentum at that point. Yeah, this team has a lot to work on right now. I mean, you're talking about it. We're gonna have to split with the Chargers now, which we pretty much split with them every year, so that's no surprise there. I was just kind of hoping to get the dub in LA for once. We haven't done that since 2020, I believe. Besides that, there really wasn't any like key penalties against the Raiders. It was mostly penalties on the Chargers, false starts and all that jazz. One key play that kind of bugged the heck out of me was in the first quarter. We knew Zeus wasn't off to a good start, and still we tried to go for it on 4th and 1 with him, and he didn't have any positive yards at that point. They go for it, -1 yards, boom, turnover. And the thing that sucks about that was it was inside Raider territory. So turnover on downs, that led to a field goal by the Chargers. Man, not a good day. Not a good day. Our defense looked pretty decent. We thought we had an interception. Like what was it in the third quarter? Thought we had an interception in the third quarter. I think it was the third quarter. Let's find out. That's not it. Where was it? Yeah, we. Oh, you know what? Hold on. It was the third quarter. But our defense, man, looked so good early on with all those punts that we kept making those guys punt. I had high hopes. I was like, where's that interception coming? Where's that interception coming? We need that pick. We need that pick. Boom. It looked like he had it and he took off for like 20 yards. And then on the replay, the ball touched the ground. It was kind of bouncing around there like a hot potato. Yeah, and then the only other key play that I have is when was it? Jacoby Myers had a 33-yard reception in the fourth quarter. That one led. I think we had to settle for a field goal. Let me see. Yeah, field goal. Man, the fumbles. Yeah, we went from a 33-yard Jacoby Myers catch to a 4-yard run, and then a sack by Khalil Mack, 9-yard pass, and then had to settle for a field goal. And then I would say another key play was the missed field goal. Missed field goal in the third quarter. I mean, the Chargers had a 46-yard run against us in that quarter too. I mean, Zamir White fumbled. Minshew fumbled. I mean, we got a lot of talk about trying to kick off some rust, man. That was a rough game to. I mean, we didn't like our defense. I really was proud of Ja'Cory Bennett. Herbert had like a nice long pass along the sideline early in the first quarter, and Ja'Cory Bennett knocked it away. So I'm kind of hoping that he'll step up this season in year 2. Maybe he'll step it up. But that was a pretty good start to him stepping it up. But yeah, we gotta do more. I mean, we got the Ravens next week. Let's trying to see that interception that Gardner threw at the end. Really, I mean, the game was pretty much lost at that point, but that right there sealed the deal. But like, my thing is like, why are we like running when we know we're down? We should have just went pass heavy. Zeus has to hold on to that ball. Zeus, I can't. That fumble, man. That looked too scripted. That fumble by Minshew looked too scripted. Oh, here's the ball. Take the ball. Run down the sidelines. Kick a field goal. It's cool. Yeah. Thank you for tuning in. Let me know your thoughts down in the chat about the game, how it went down, any key moments for you. Man, just a rough game, man. And it looks like our boy Denzel Perryman went back to the Chargers, man. I miss that guy on. He'd be really dope next to Robert Spillane. Let's go through the Justin Herbert, 17-26, 144 yards, 1 touchdown. Rushing J.K. Dobbins for the Chargers, 10 carries for 135 yards, a touchdown, averaging 13.5 yards. Gus Edwards, 11 for 26 yards. Darius Davis, 2 for 9. Herbert, 4 for 6 yards. Receiving, Lad McConkey, 7 targets, 5 catches, 39 yards, 1 touchdown. Quentin Johnston, 5 targets for 3 catches, 38 yards. Hayden Hurst, 3 targets for 33 yards for 2 receptions. Joshua Palmer, supposed to be like their number 1 guy. Joshua Palmer is supposed to be like their number 1 guy. 4 targets for 2 catches, 15 yards. Will Disley, their tight end, 1 catch for 13 yards. J.K. Dobbins, 3 for 3, 4 yards. Gus Edwards, 1 for 2 yards. Man. Gosh, man. Dude. Poona Ford, 1 interception, 2 passes defense. Bud Dupree, Khalil Mack, and Junior Colson all had a pass deflection. Man, Khalil Mack, 1.5 sacks and a tackle for loss. Puna Ford, a tackle for loss. Morgan Fox, a half a sack. Joey Bosa, a half sack. Yeah, I'm not seeing that they had 4 sacks. I'm kind of curious in the total yards. Las Vegas 296, LA Chargers 316, pretty close on there. Passing yards 225 to 144 or 140. Rushing yards 71 to 176. Man, we really gotta. We knew that they were gonna run. We knew that they were gonna run, but that was we gave up 260-yard runs. Crazy, man. Crazy. Andre Whittle says it definitely was a sad day. Yeah. She also said it'll get better. Learning experiences come from the failures. Yep. And I'm hoping Zamir White, if he's going to be our number one back, he better learn to hang on to that football. Minshew, I want to see some Minshew magic. I mean, you better start making magic happen against these teams, because what's going to happen is if these first 4 games, if these other 3 games that we got coming up, they're probably going to pull the plug on Minshew Mania and hand it over to Aiden if this offense doesn't start to get going. I'm surprised they didn't use Trey Tucker more. I'm so surprised. Like Trey Tucker, the speedster, man, you got Devontae Adams. Devontae Adams had some key catches. Jacoby Myers had some key catches. Brock Bowers had some key catches. Outside of that, there wasn't really much going on offense. And Zamir White didn't even really start to get rushing until like the 3rd quarter. By the time it came to the 4th quarter, we were just down too far to just keep handing off the ball. This coaching staff better get their stuff together if they want to win games this season. But thank you for tuning in. I really appreciate that. Dang, 3rd down efficiency for the Raiders, 35%. We had them beat in time of possession, though, 31-44 to 28-16. Penalties, the Raiders only had 2 penalties compared to their 7 penalties. Yeah, our longest play from scrimmage was 33 yards. A Jacoby Myers pass. I don't know, man. I'm really excited to see what happens. I think we'll definitely get better over these next couple of games. The Ravens game is going to be really tough. I'm actually not sure where we play. Let me see. Okay, so we play in Baltimore next week. Oof. Oh, man, that's going to be a tough one. They're coming off of a tough loss. They could have went into overtime. That tiptoe grab by Isaiah Likely at the back of the end zone. Barely stepped on the line. They could have ended up beating the Chiefs, but they're gonna come out swinging. I mean, our defense is gonna have to actually get pressure. We didn't really get much pressure today. Max Crosby all over the field like normal, but it just wasn't enough. But this is Raider Chaos, man. Just out here in Denver kicking up dust. thank you for tuning in. Um, but yeah, what a heartbreaking loss in Los Angeles. Raiders lose 22-10. Not even a close game. I mean, it was only close until like the second quarter, third quarter. But yeah, that's all I have. Thank you for tuning in. Appreciate it. And we will be here next week. Salute, Raider Nation.